I hope you're having a great day today because I'm about to make your day 50 times better. Get it? 50x, 50 times, 50 times. Okay, let's change the mood up in here. Let me turn it green for a profitable future for this cryptocurrency. I have an extremely undervalued altcoin for you, and yes, I did extensive research in the classic style of all my videos, so this is something, I don't know, you might want to watch. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another video, and clearly you could tell by the tone of my voice that I'm hyped. Today we're going to be going into the Phantom ecosystem, and I'm going to be talking about an altcoin on the Phantom ecosystem that is undervalued. Basically, Phantom, in my opinion, is extremely undervalued, and the altcoin on the undervalued ecosystem is also undervalued.
What did he say?
This is what you call undervalued inception. If you appreciate these videos, please do me a favor and like the video, share it with a best friend, and of course, consider subscribing to the handsomest quadrillionaire person that uses the same joke at the same exact time in every video. Let's jump into the actual topic of discussion. If we look over here and we look at Phantom versus Bitcoin, you can see that if you would have held Bitcoin, you'd just be a dinosaur. You'd be a dinosaur in cryptocurrency because Phantom is out competing Bitcoin by large percentage gains. As you can see here, it's up about 252%. Maybe that's inaccurate. Let's pull it up a little bit more. Just in the last couple of weeks, we are literally up 194% against Bitcoin. You don't want to be a dinosaur, of course. And even Ethereum. Ethereum is doing pretty well, and we are still up massive percentages against Ethereum. So the Phantom ecosystem in general is thriving right now. And again, if we kind of just go back, all I did was take FTM and divide it by BTC. So when this chart goes up, right here, this exact chart with Bitcoin, when this chart goes up, that means that Phantom is doing better than Bitcoin. And when it goes down, that means Bitcoin is doing better than Phantom. And the reason I do this is because the goal here is not to try to acquire United States dollar. What's the point of acquiring USD, right? Who cares, right? Inflation is basically diluting the value of the United States dollar. So why would I hedge all of my goals against USD? Does not make sense. And why would I even hedge it against Ethereum anymore? Back in the day, it used to be about outcompeting Bitcoin. Now I have made an effort to outcompete Ethereum, which right now is pretty big. So it's a good goal to try to, beat. And it's up 100% since the beginning of the year. So if you're out competing Ethereum, kudos to you. Pat yourself on the back. If you don't know if you're out competing Ethereum, well, you need to get some education. Highly recommend, my Shield project that I call the fundamentalsecrets.com. Link will be in the description below. We give you guys a full and complete coaching program to spearhead you to success. Actually, today I just launched a developer course to teach you how to create your own decentralized app. I put massive amounts of effort into this course, and if you think these videos are good, well, head over to the fundamentalsecrets.com. Okay, I'll stop. Let's jump into the actual topic of discussion of the video. Now, the reason why we're looking at Phantom is because they could probably solve the Trilemma. We've talked about the Trilemma multiple times in multiple videos. Basically, it's the sweet spot when it comes to scalability, security, and decentralization. The best one in the top 10 right now is Cardano, for sure. Guys, look, Cardano is very big right now, right? It's number 3 on CoinGecko. It's the 3rd biggest cryptocurrency by market cap. If this wants to load for me, all right, there it goes. It loaded for me. So as you can see, it's the top 3. It's already worth 77 billion. So if we scroll down a little bit, if the goal here is to make more Cardano, well, let's make more Cardano. Let's make some more money here, right? So we want to invest in things that are a little bit undervalued, and maybe even further down. Let's control F, FTM. Right here, as you can see, it's number 55. We were talking about it at 90 cents, and then it pumped. Recently, in the past 7 days, it's been dumping a little bit. As you can see, right here, it's only $3 billion. So if it ever gets to top 3, if it ever gets to even top 10, we're going to see a 10 to 20x, right? It's the underdog. You want to invest in the underdog because that's what's going to make you the massive gains. Of course, the cryptocurrency environment is going to grow as a whole, but it's much harder to pump the price of Cardano than it is something like Phantom. So Phantom is basically a layer 1, okay? A layer 1 solution similar to Cardano, Polkadot, Ethereum, Solana, whatever the case is. And it basically has a unique proposition when it comes to their actual trilemma. Now, the trilemma, it's very specific. Basically, the trilemma, again, is when you have scalability, you have to sacrifice, for example, security or decentralization. So basically, every single developer that's ever created an L1 or a smart contract platform has tried to push the barriers of all three variables, right? They want to make sure that every single variable is increasing as high as they possibly can. We've seen projects, come out like the Binance Smart Chain that has high scalability, and Solana just had an event as well, has high scalability, but then when it comes to security, that's their downfall, right? And there's only a select few projects that have like a very good sweet spot, and I think Phantom might have that sweet spot, and it's because of lag assist, okay? As you can see here, how does lag assist work? Each lag assist node stores a local acrylic directed graph, or a DAG, composed of event blocks, each of which contains transactions. Consensus results in batches of confirmed event blocks, which each batch of events is called a block. Finalized blocks forming a final chain are calculated from events independently on each node. Unlike proof of work, round robin proof of stake, coinage proof of stake, and sync BFT, lag assist nodes don't send blocks to each other. Only the events are synced between nodes. So it's very interesting. It's kind of like they basically have a much more resourceful or a much more efficient way of confirming blocks. Validators don't vote on a concrete state of the network. Instead, they periodically exchange observed transactions and events with peers. Unlike classical consensus, such as PBFT, lag assist doesn't use new events in the current election. Instead, new events are used to vote for the events in 2 to 3 previous virtual elections simultaneously. Very interesting. They have a really cool consensus model. And now, again, I am not a genius. I don't code for a living. So I'm not going to sit here and say which consensus model is the best. I don't think anyone really knows that. And I think that's the purpose of blockchain. People kind of decide. But the fact that they have this new blockchain that's extremely scalable, I'm using it myself. I'm using the product myself. It's extremely cheap and it's undervalued right now. While AVAX and some of these other layer ones have been, top 10 flourishing, going up massive percentages, 300%, 400%. And there's going to be other variables we're going to be talking about. It's a very, in my opinion, good sweet spot for risk to reward. It's time to make some money. This leads to a smaller number of created consensus messages as the same event is reused in different elections. Hence, lag assist achieves a lower time to finality and a smaller communication overhead compared to synchronous BFT. So very interesting. It looks like it's lightweight. It looks like it can scale a lot faster. Now, there is one downfall. So this is a warning right here to everybody watching this video. I have to give you the pros and the cons. I just can't give you the pros. I can't be a hype boy, moon boy that you typically see on YouTube where they just talk positive about every project they talk about. I don't accept sponsorship. So this gives me the ability to talk negative sometimes. But as you can see here, they're comparing every top tier smart contract. Here's all the layer ones. Here's the top tier ones. And there's one thing that Phantom is lacking on. As you can see here, if we scroll to the bottom, all you see, or not the bottom, but the middle, you see the validator / miner. There's only 44 validators. You could see that even Avalanche, you can see Solana is even more decentralized. I don't think it's because it's by nature or by model. I think it's simply because they don't have enough adoption, right? So understand, look, for example, Binance Smart Chain is a top 5 cryptocurrency and they only have 21 validators. When we look at Phantom, they have 44, so it seems like it's centralized. But again, I think it's just simply because they're not getting enough adoption. So I will make sure that number will increase. If it doesn't increase, then I will consider it a centralized protocol, similar to, like, for example, Binance Smart Chain or whatever the case is. And this is going to add another risk element. You guys know I'm for the decentralization. This is why I invest in Cardano, because they have a lot of different validators. You can see here 2,000 different validators / miners. And Ethereum, as you can see, the most decentralized. The security issues that arise from centralization is a big issue for me. So I will make sure I keep my eye on that to see if they increase. And here's the official from the blockchain, the Block Explorer Validators Top Leaderboard. You can see that they only have roughly 43. So I think this graphic is a little bit off. They're saying 44. So again, I want to see that number increase, and we'll look at it into the future. So in this video, we're going to go over a specific 100x altcoin. I mean, whatever X you want me to say, it doesn't matter, but it's extremely undervalued. Okay, now I'm going to be researching a lot of these cryptocurrencies. We already went over a couple of them in the ecosystem. We went over Spooky Swap. We went over Spirit Swap, some others, and Paint Swap as well. And they're all doing pretty good, to be completely honest. I'm staking on them. We're doing well. I called Phantom at 92 cents. We're up on that. So now it's time to jump into maybe some other undervalued altcoins. And as you can see right here, if we compare every single layer 2 in the past 30 days, you can see Phantom is just destroying all of them. Even Avalanche, the hype ones that everybody's talking about on YouTube, Phantom is destroying all of them. So again, it's still undervalued, and it's still undervalued, and it still can grow. by large percentages. I'm about the money, guys. So the news that we talked about before is officially out, okay? Cross-chain NFT Bridge is here. You can now bridge NFTs between Ethereum and Phantom. I think they're the first to do that, and it's in beta right now. But as you can see, you can do it to the RinkB network, which is the test network for Ethereum. Literally, you can buy an NFT for cheap on Phantom with no gas wars. And bridge it over to Ethereum. An NFT can be bridged over to Ethereum. If that doesn't blow your mind, remember, let me remind you, this is number 55. Their tech is great. Their tech is amazing. And they're number 55 by market cap size. Tell me another risk to reward that's as juicy as this. It's juicy, guys. I'm telling you that right now. Again, they're coming out with an NFT bridge. We know that DeFi is a huge catalyst, and they have a whole bunch of decentralized finance applications. But the NFT bridge, this whole other ecosystem is opening up for Phantom. Big news. As you can see here, Crypto.com just recently listed Phantom. More liquidity for Phantom. As you can see right here as well, Lunarcrush, when it comes to their alt rank, if we could just really quickly read about this, not that big of a deal. Alt rank is a proprietary measurement combining altcoin price performance relative to Bitcoin, along with measuring the difference in social activity indicators between altcoins. They're getting buzz. They're getting influence on the social medias, as well as they're having, of course, a developer conference over here the 25th to 29th of October in Dubai. So this can maybe lead to more adoption, maybe some more news. That's obviously positive. I talked about this news recently, but we have to talk about it one more time. Fireblocks Phantom mainnet integration will enable protocol ventures to confidently interact with Phantom's mainnet as we increasingly participate in the budding Phantom DeFi ecosystem and deliver compelling risk adjustment returns to our investors. So basically, Fireblocks allowing institutional demand to jump in, which is the biggest limiting factor of Phantom right now, is the simple fact it does not have enough liquidity. This is opening doors for whales to jump into Phantom. If we look at the Phantom crypto search term, you can see that there's a large spike. I expect it to continue to grow 100%. Also, of course, Andre Cornier, they call him the father of DeFi. He created Yearn Finance, one of the most revolutionary decentralized finance platforms. It's consistently shilling Phantom. He's consistently shilling the heck out of Phantom, and he created this app called Rarity Manifested. I have been adventuring on it. It's pretty much like an NFT game where you can level up your characters, and maybe in the future we can potentially sell these leveled up characters. There's a similar platform on Ethereum called Loot, Bloot. Some of these platforms are doing something very similar, but he like rapidly developed this, and the fact that you could adventure for very cheap is big. And you can see right here on the Phantom scan, FTM scan, you can see that Rarity Crafting is by far the highest transaction. So this guy by himself is pushing up this blockchain. He's doing wonders for the marketing of Phantom. Andre Cornier is spearheading this, and he's already created multiple huge DeFi applications on Ethereum, and now he's coming back to Phantom for a reason. And again, like I said, he keeps just promoting it like crazy. So the coin we're going to be talking about is on this list here. I'm not going to say it yet because what I want to do is I want to break down specifically risk management, because this coin is so micro cap that I need to explain this before I even say it, because as soon as I say it, people are going to buy it. They're going to go crazy on it. And you know, my goal here is to, you know, help people learn. So I basically have this video. It's the Bitcoin Millionaire strategy. I'll leave the link in the description below, and I'll tag it right here. But basically explains pretty much in detail my whole entire proprietary strategy. It's literally an hour-long video, and it breaks it in extreme detail. I want to kind of come back to this part here. So basically, the project we're talking about is within the sector of DeFi, okay? And it's an individual project that's solving one thing. They want to solve blockchain interconnection, right? Or interoperability, liquidity specifically. Liquidity, again, I just told you, Phantom's issue right now is that they don't have enough liquidity. So this project is very far ahead. They have launched on multiple blockchains, and they are trying to solve, again, liquidity on multiple blockchains. But before you jump into it, I want you to see something, and I want to explain this. When it comes to baby market caps, 1 to 10 million, and I would even put in a category of what we're talking about, even up to 20, 30 million. You want to invest very small amounts. The amount I put in this coin, because I already purchased it, is literally less than 0.05% of my portfolio. So it's literally less than a half of 1% of my portfolio. You know, it might seem like a large dollar amount, but everybody's portfolio is going to be different risk sizes. You have to understand that. So this is typically what I'll do. I'll invest in multiple baby market cap coins so that if 3 of them lose, the one that wins does really well. So I just want to explain risk management. I have to explain these things because people are just going to go all in on these coins. You want to make sure you find coins that no one's talking about with value, which is what we found here. I haven't seen anybody on YouTube talking about this at all. It's very undermarketed. And then you invest in them very small amounts. And then when the market catches up, you sell it to them, right? Small amounts. Risk management. Look, most of the coins we talk about when it has baby market cap is going to lose, especially in the short term. These have literally 20 million market cap. You have to understand how small that is. That is so small that if I wanted to, I could pump the price of the coin with just one buy order. Like I can literally mess up the liquidity pool if I want to. So you want to invest in multiple projects, not just the one we're talking about. Use this video as research, please. I am trying to save people. And as you can see here, most of them will die in the baby market caps because it's a high risk, high reward scenario. It's similar to penny stocks. I know you guys seen that before, but you also want to have macro portfolio structure. Now this changed a little bit. Now I have, Cardano in the mix, but as you can see, the vast majority of my portfolio are in big market cap coins like ETH, BTC, and Cardano. And then you invest small percentages, very small percentages into these very low market cap coins. I want to explain this. I want to use it as a disclaimer. Obviously, this is not financial advice. It's not financial advice. It's not financial advice, but I have to explain this because people are going to put their whole net worth into these baby market cap coins and then start pointing the finger and blaming people in the comment section. All right. So now that I got that out of the way, let's jump into the topic at hand. I set the tone for this cryptocurrency. We have an undervalued market, right? Which is Phantom. We have an undervalued whole entire ecosystem market, which is called Phantom, that solves the Trilemma scalability issue in its unique way. Now there's a coin on Phantom that is undervalued on Phantom. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. And this is called Gravitron. Okay, let's go over here. We finally kind of talked about it, which is the ticker is GTON. Now, let me point your attention over to the total supply. You can see it's only 21 million. They're trying to copy Bitcoin's triumph. Look at the market cap. It's a baby, small market cap. Look, 20 million. Look at the 24-hour trading volume. Only 54,000. This is so small. It can dump by large percentages. Also, the risk to reward's really there because at one point it was $14 and it's currently sitting at $5. So we have an easy 3x if it gets to its recent all-time high. And it's still relatively new. It's only a couple months old. Now, this coin is very, very interesting when it comes to specifically what they're doing. So what is GTON? So GTON is a multi-chain relay token designed to connect AMM DEX liquidity across multiple chains and boost it for initial illiquid assets such as wrap tokens, centralized exchange tokens, and recently tokenized projects. GTON is a reflection farming token which is used for creating an LP farm in a permissionless manner to accelerate the growth of liquidity for any assets on any supported chains. GTON is a governance token of the okay, we're talking about governance, and it has a tokenomics of 21 million max supply, which is definitely a sell case for me. I like less supply. Bitcoin supply is obviously the best because, of its current market cap. So we have to take that in consideration. And if we kind of look at just kind of like a dumbed down, simple version of it, you can see all of these blockchains are being connected by this one liquidity hub right here, hub for cross-chain DeFi market growth. And the team has been active. This guy is already on like 7 chains. It's only 20 million market cap, and he has a semi-working product that's not completely working that's on a lot of different chains. Graviton is a bridge agnostic system aggregating trustless bridge providers such as Gravity, Multichain, XYZ, and Ren that allow for seamless moving tokens between the most popular platforms of DeFi applications. Very interesting. It's a cross-chain infrastructure, basically. There's a lot of things that already have this, but they're creating it in a different way, and it's pretty big on Phantom. It's really big, actually. If we look over here, they've already launched on Ethereum, Phantom, Solana, Cosmos, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, XDAI, Avalanche, and Hecko. I don't even know what that is, but they launched there. And he is clearly very active, very, very active. If we come over here, you can see that this is his main product right there, and they are offering rewards. Again, guys, I invested such a small amount. I want to be very clear with this one so I don't hit people from the wrong side. I invested such a small amount, like very, very high risk, high reward here. And what I did also is I provided as liquidity to QuickSwap to get that 158% APY. So, very interesting. They have a whole entire website and app. They have the dashboard. They have the portfolio. They have the LP farming. As you can see here, if it wants to load for me, let's just give it a second. There you go. That's the main website. And then we have something that I think is big, which is relay swaps. So supposedly you're going to be able to transfer from any blockchain to any blockchain. As you can see at the top, they don't have enough liquidity. So basically you have to limit it to approximately $100 per transaction. It works. I saw videos of it being used, but they have to limit it because they don't have enough liquidity. Just to dive a little bit more into the token, basically talking about a liquidity provision. Although LP is a brilliant concept that changed DeFi forever, with the proliferation of automated market maker DEXs came high fees, illiquidity, and projects eventually vanished after their hype cycle ends. One of such projects that have adopted the LP token model in our cross-chain solution, GTON, built with the philosophy of cross-chain liquidity management, multi-chain scalability, and seamless accessibility in mind to solve these big issues in the DeFi space. So it's really good. GTON is a multi-chain relay token. It is used for maintaining liquidity buffers on the decentralized exchanges across multiple chains for initial illiquidity assets such as wrap tokens. We already read this before. It's also a reflection farming token that can be used to launch a permissionless liquidity provision farm to boost any asset's liquidity on any supported chain. So very, very interesting concept here. The thing is that where it really blew me away is this guy that created it. So it's kind of hard to find him, but he is creator of this lab right here. So if we go into, I kind of dived a little bit deeper. Basically, this is their main website. They created another project called Neutrino Protocol. I can't really pronounce that. But basically, this project was acquired by Waze. So he actually got to sell this project, whoever this guy is, top 2 algorithmic stablecoin by market cap. I don't know if that's currently true. Acquired by Waze.exchange. And this current project has about 70 million in market cap. So even if like we get to there, that's a 3x. So even if he can kind of replicate his previous success, again, that's a 3x, and Waves acquired it, so there's a reason why they bought it from him. And he clearly has a lot of experience. He was on the Waves protocol, he worked for them, and he created this project, and Waves bought it from him. So just think about that. If he's able to pull something off like that, then the chances of him being able to spearhead this project is pretty high. And it looks like he's done a lot of work. Like I said, he's on multiple blockchains, so that's really, really interesting to me. And just to final things up, their marketing is really bad. Now, it's not always a bad thing because you understand once they start rolling out more marketing, then, you know, it'll get more adoption. Sometimes it's even better to find projects with really bad marketing because, you know, as they roll it out, as long as the product is really good, it just seems like their product is a little bit limited. So hopefully he can fix the problems. But, you know, when they start rolling out marketing, then this can, you know, bring adoption. It's very clear. They only have 7,000 members in their Telegram. Their Discord is pretty empty. And their Twitter has 18K followers. So it seems like even some people that I follow, you know, are looking at this project. And I only follow like credible people in the DeFi and NFT space. So in general, this looks very interesting. Is it something that can 10x tomorrow? Probably not. It's probably going to take a long period of time. Also, again, high risk, high reward, very high risk. There's a lot of speculation involved in me making this decision. So I invested a comfortable amount, a very comfortable amount. I want to say this 1,000 times in my video before people start pointing the finger. You know, I do get into the nitty and gritty. Usually people are not researching this deep and finding these type of protocols. But just understand that comes with a responsibility. I'm not just going to tell people to invest in anything. This is a very, very high risk, high reward. If you haven't been in crypto for more than a month, I do not recommend even getting involved. And if you have less than $2,000 in your portfolio, it's not smart. It's not smart to do, but that is just my opinion. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Catch you in the next one.